Although it can't describe how awesome you are, in your name, mighty God, in your name, extraordinary God. Look around, see the clouds, you made them. Look around, see the sea, you made them. Oh, there is nothing impossible. All too hard for you to. Yeah. Oh, yeah. In you I put my trust. To walk with you. For everything I am, I owe to you. Oh, be the day. There is nothing impossible. All too hard for you to. You are bigger than what we call you. Oh, if you want to.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming on the show with me. At this hour, by the grace of God, I want you guys to go ahead and share the video on your page as you're listening. Let's get more people connected on the show. Online in Sanusi. I saw those pictures of where you did chop live. You know, you did chop live, you know, invite parties a lot. You know, good though. Another wonderful moment by the grace of God. We are going to be looking at some certain things. You know what I'm saying? 2019 must not end like this. 2019 must not end this way. You know what I'm saying? We gotta have to do something about it. We gotta have to do something about it. And that's what we're gonna be talking about this evening. I'm gonna allow people to make phone call. You can call in on the show today as we're going to be knocking some nice music. At the same time, we are going to be having so much fun.
I never see anyone like you. Voice whisper till the end. I never see anyone like you. Super wonder working God. I never see anyone like you. Covenant keeping God. I never see anyone like you. Miracle worker. I never see.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming on the show with me at this time. As you all know, my name is Shola Jordan Adeoye. I believe a lot of people are sleeping already. Some people are, you know, at work right now. In Nigeria, in London, it's possible for people to still be sleeping at this time. Um, I want to quickly just say thank you to all of my fans out there, people who have been calling me, you know, sharing stuff with me um, for the past, you know, 1 year now. Some of you guys have called to bless my life. Some of you guys have called to pray for me. I've gone travel all over the world preaching the good news um, through marriage, and so many of you guys have blessed me in one way or the other. Um, I was um, I was actually sitting on my couch and thinking of what next to do. Some few days ago, when one person just messaged me and said, "Pastor Shola," I said, "Yeah." I said, uh, "Why don't you come to Australia?" I said, "I come to Australia to do what? You know, I don't have fans in Australia. Nobody's inviting me to come to Australia." And he said, "No, no, no, no. I want you to just come over and just relax and have fun and everything. I said, well, there's nothing wrong in that. I want to be, I'll be able to take vacation and travel the world and go have some fun, but I don't have money. And the guy looked at me and said, Pastor Shola, don't worry about money. We're going to take care of you. We're going to take care of your flight tickets, your accommodation, the food, everything. Man, uh, that kind of like actually hit a kind of a spot in my heart. And it was like, whoa, what exactly have I done to these people? All right. My calendar for 2020 is already filled up. I'm going to be going to Italy. I'm going to be going to Canada. I'm going to be going all over the place. You know, we're going back to London. We're going to be going back to California. You know what I'm saying? All right. The calendar is almost filled up. People are calling and calling and calling. We would love to host you. We would love to have you. We would love to have you and stuff. You know, I thank God for all this. But this afternoon, I was just driving, coming back from the church. You know, I was kind of like thinking about it. I was like, hey, 2020 must not be the same as 2019. We need something to do. But God tapped me on the shoulder and He said to me, He said, 2019 must not end like this. Now, you are busy thinking about 2020. I said, yeah. He said, you don't understand that 2019 has not ended yet. There are still certain things that could still happen. I still have some things, I still have some goodies in my pocket that can still be dropped between now and the end of the year. And I checked the date. I was like, okay, we still have enough time. We still have enough time, you know what I'm saying, to be able to still change things around as we are entering into 2020. Um, so many things have happened. So many things have, gone down in our lives. So many of us, we are actually in one situation or the other. I'm telling you. So many of us, we are in one situation or the other. Some of us, we have not even started yet. We are still crawling. Many of us, we are just, by the drawing table thinking of how can we make it. All right. The prophecy came at the beginning of the year 2019 that you are going to make it. Some of us are still on that same level whereby we're still struggling. Okay, the prosperity is nowhere to be found. The prosperity is nowhere to be found. We have gone to pray, 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 pray. We have gone to Bible study. We have gone to night vigil. We have gone everywhere. But it seems like 2019 is about to escape. The 2019 is about to roll over. 2020 is about to come. For some people, 2020 is their year. For some, 2019 is our year. 2019 must not pass us by. Something we must record. We must record a testimony. We must record a change. We must record something tangible. In 2019. So God said to me, He said, you don't want 2019 to pass. Something must happen. It must not end like this. So I sat down and I started thinking about it. I looked up and down. Then I found out something. That most of the time we always want to commit things into the hands of God. There is no crime. Listen, there is no crime in committing your life into the hands of God. Let Him be the director of your life. But do you know where the crime is? The crime is when you abandon your life into the hands of God and you refuse to do something about it. I want you guys to listen attentively. I am not going to quote scriptures here. I'm just going to talk to you guys generally. And I believe that as we leave this particular meeting tonight, somebody will stand up and say, I have been sleeping all through 2019. Somebody will stand up on his or her own feet and say, I have been sleeping. Instructions has been coming. They have been coming to you. God has been telling you do this, but you've been ignoring those things. One thing that we don't understand, we always believe that God will do all things for us. 2019 came January. The opportunity was there for us. 2019 came January. Opportunity to go to school was there. Opportunity to learn a trade was there. Opportunity for you to upgrade was there. But you didn't do nothing about it. All you're doing is, Father, I commit my life into your hand. Father, I commit my heart into your hand. Father, I commit my ways into your hand. That's the prayer you've been praying. But God is saying to you, even though you're committing your life into my hands, there are certain things that I will not do for you. There are certain things that I will not do for you. There are so many things that you have to do for yourself and by yourself. All I got to do is to breathe on it. All I got to do is to show increase on it. All I got to do is to bless whatever it is that you're doing. That's my own portion there. You're committing your life into my hand. It's not like you're going to abandon it and walk away. It's not like you're going to abandon your life in my hands and just walk away. You can't do that. There is the part of God and there is the part of man. There is the part that man must do, and then there is the part that God must do. In so many things, your own part is actually the first. You are supposed to be the first to do your part before God will do his part. And that's why you're still holding God down. You are holding God down because you have not done your part. He could not do his part in your life because you have not done what you are supposed to do. He wants to bless you. God wants to take you to the next level. God wants to embarrass you with blessing, but there are certain things that you must do by yourself that he cannot do for you. Now, I always make mention of this particular stuff. I said, whatever the unbelievers can do by themselves, God is not going to do it for you. It's the fact. Many of us don't understand it. We always want to say, oh, God will do this for me. God will supply all my needs according to his. Of course, he will. What you need is for you to be alive. So he will give you air to breathe. He will give you water to drink. You're going to be able to pay a little bit of your bill just to survive. But there are certain things that God is expecting you to do by yourself to actually drag the hand of God so that God can release supernatural blessing that would actually turn around and become physical blessing into your life. But those things are the things that you neglect, you don't want to do. And if you don't do them, automatically God may not be able to do his own part in your life. You might go and be praying. So many of us will love to pray without ceasing. It's a very good thing to pray without ceasing. It's a fantastic thing to continue to pray. Many of us will use prayer as therapy, so that when we pray, we pour out our minds, and then we feel good, and then we walk away from the place of prayer, like as if to say it is done. And then the second day, we are going to look at our lives again and say, It's just like somebody drinking beer. When you drink alcohol, you feel like your problem is gone. But by the time you get sober, then your problem will come again, and then you see it right in your face. Then you are ready to go again to go and pray. And then you go pray. But this is what is important. What exactly have you done about that problem? Now, let's speak marital issue. In your family right now, you guys are going through marital difficulty from January, and this is December. You have not done anything about it. Your wife is arrogant. Your husband is arrogant. Oh, no. I'm not ready for counseling. Oh, no. I'm not going to pray. Oh, no. I don't want to sit with anybody to talk. And this is December 2019. You don't want to carry this same marital situation into 2020. You don't understand what this particular situation is doing to your prosperity. You have not been able to move. So many of you are stagnant today because you refuse to deal with the issue on ground. The issue on ground will make you to be stagnant. You will not be able to move forward in your life. You're going to remain on the same spot. And when you remain on the same spot, it's actually going to be a wasted year because you are not moving, you are not being blessed, nothing is changing about you. And at the end of the day, you just waste the 12 months that God has given to you free of charge. So we need to work on something. So many of you are still on the same spot academically because in January you made up your mind that, okay, I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to go and do nursing. Or I'm going to go and do phlebotomy. Or I'm going to go and do CNA. Or I'm going to go and become a pharmacist. Or I'm going to go to medical school. But you continue to push. And this is the end of the year, December. January is about to come. If January should enter and you didn't do anything about it, let me tell you something. You are going to go through 2020 the same way you went through 2019, and you won't achieve nothing. And you will still be on the same spot, and you continue to patch it. And as you're patching it, you are saying, oh, I don't want to tease the tiger. I don't want to rock the boat. Let me just keep it like that. Let it just keep on going. How long are you going to allow it to keep going? How long are you going to continue to actually hide? How long are you going to continue to be on the same spot? How long is it going to take you to go to school, graduate, become somebody in life? For how long are you going to procrastinate? Many of you guys have been procrastinating. Some people are even saying, "Oh, if my husband must pass his exam first. If my husband didn't pass exam, me I can't take exam. Why? Oh, because his family will think that I've used his head. And the man has been taking exam, repeating exam for the past 20 years. He has not passed. And you are still sitting down there. You sat down there 2018. You sat down through 2019, and you will still sit down in 2020. If you refuse to do something about it, where is your prosperity today? How many hours a day have you put into teaching yourself, learning something? How many hours a day have you used in adding value to your life? Or you are only working as a CNA all the time, go to work, make money, pay bills, go to work, make money, pay bills. Many of you have been paying bills for the past 40 years. Some of you guys have been paying bills for the past 50 years. Some of us have been paying bills for the past 10 years. And we're still going to be paying bills until we die. Now, one thing that will actually relieve us is for us to be able to go and do something to our life that will bring more prosperity to us, so that paying bills will not be a difficult task for us. It's going to be very easy for us to pay the bills. We are going to take money out of money. It's not like we're going to be living paycheck by paycheck. I don't know, probably you'll be living paycheck by paycheck and you're thinking about it, that what could I do to actually get out of this situation. 2019 must not end this way. 2019 must not end this way. You have not done anything about your life throughout 12 months. I remember 2019, January 1st. It was just like yesterday. All right? When I planned I'm going to do this, I actually was, I listed everything I was going to do. All right, 2019. I'm telling you. I did some. I didn't do a lot of them. I pushed some away. I was like, oh, I can't do these ones now. I have to go and wait. And sometimes, last month I said, now I could have done those things. I was just lazy. I was just I don't know. Something made me not to do them. But God is now telling me now, he said, you don't want to enter into 2020 the same way. You don't want to procrastinate in 2020. Okay? And then he said to me, he said, you still have time in 2019 to change everything around. So many of you guys, you have marital problems. I can't tell you, you can't be telling lies. I do myself. It's not a lie. It's not a joke. What exactly have you done about it? What have you been able to do about it? Are you trying to push it aside? Are you trying to sweep it under the carpet? That was what you did in 2017. Then 2017 get back to what happened in 2018. You are still inside of the situation in 2019. You know why? Because you refuse to confront your situation. You refuse to attack what is attacking you. What is attacking you has been attacking you for the past 3 or 4 years, and you refuse to stand up and man up to attack such kind of thing. As a man in a relationship, you don't listen to my teaching. So many of you don't like talking to me. You hate me. But listen to me. Don't hate this message tonight. You need to do something about the issue between you and your wife. You have to take care of that business. Deal with it. Because we're about to roll into 2020. That's the year of our favor. There is something that can block favor from happening to you, is when you hide. Something can block favor from you when you refuse to confront the problems in your life. You need to settle those things. You need to take them out of your ways. Many of you guys are having financial problems, and you have not done anything about it. That situation is still there. How can you make money in 2019 before the end of the year? Lay the foundation. How can you make money in 2020 that you will not labor, you won't suffer? It's time for you to lay the foundation. Who are you today? You have to go and check out who you are. What kind of degree do I have? Is my degree relevant in America? Is my degree relevant now? Can I get a job with this degree, or I have to change it around? People don't understand. You can't just continue to whine. You can't just continue. You whined all through 2019 and this is December. You need to start that business. How do I start the business? I don't know. Have you taken your time to go and do feasibility study? How many companies have you approached for them to actually check things out for you? How many managers, how many people have you approached and said, hey, can you teach me how to start a business? How many conferences have you been? How many seminars have you attended to lay a foundation for the company you are about to set up? To lay a foundation for it. But you waited, you continue to push. I will do it. And this is 2019 about to roll over. 2020 is just around the corner. And exactly what you did in 2018 is what you did all throughout this year. And God is saying, why are you wasting the time I've given to you? He gave every one of us 24 hours in a day. He gave us 24 hours a day. Dangote didn't have extra time. It's the same 24 hours. Bill Gates didn't have any extra hour. The same 24 hours. All right? Now, why can't we now do something with our own time that he has given unto us? And we are wasting that time. And the time is running away. It's running away from us and we are wasting time. And the enemy of a man is time. The enemy of a man is time. If you lose time, you lose life. When you lose time, you waste life. Every time people don't care about time, they are wasting their life away. Every time you are wasting time, you are wasting life. And you don't understand it. 24 hours of a day, what have you done to educate yourself? What have you done to add value to your own life? Or you just continue to do the same thing over and over again and again, the same kind of lifestyle, you're spending all your money. So many of you guys don't save. Throughout 2017, you never saved anything. And then at the end of the year, then they gave you the W-2. You found out that you made $250,000. $250,000 you made. And you could not, there is no way, no account for it. You couldn't account for it. Now you look at all the bills you are paying, the bill is not even up to 200,000. Where is the money? Then you live that same life in 2017, you entered into 2018, you are still living the same life, and this is December. And then you look into your bank account, there is no money there. Where is the money going into? You don't even know. You have no understanding where the money is going to. All right? And this is 2019 about to run over. By December, the last day of December, you are supposed to sit down and just give account of how you live your life throughout 2019 and look at exactly what you want to do in 2020 differently that will actually bring prosperity to you. All right? How many properties have you bought? Were you able to buy a land in 2019? Are you building a house in 2019? Were you able to start that business in 2019? Where are you now? Or all you did was just eat and eat and eat and eat and drink and drink and drink all through 2019, and you don't have anything to show for passing through 2019. If you don't have anything to show for 2019, it means you wasted your life. Because surviving is not living. Surviving is not living. People survive, but they don't live. People who are living are people who have plans for the future. People who are living, people who are actually planning ahead to become exactly what they want to become in life. People who are only surviving, they make money, they just pay bills, say, thank God I pay my bill this month, I am fine. They don't have any target. They don't have a direction. They don't have any vision. They don't have any target of where they're going. They just live, pay bills, and then they thank God for paying bills. What exactly do you want to become? What is the timeline? In the next 5 years, what are you going to be? Sometimes I get scared. I want to let you guys know I get scared sometimes. Why do I get scared? Sometimes I look at myself and say, I said, very soon you are going to actually be 55. Very soon you are going to be 60. All right? When you become 60, you don't have this energy anymore. I always tell myself that. When you become 60, you may not be able to jump like you're jumping right now. I always tell myself that. I say, when you become 60, you may not be able to travel all over the world like you're doing right now. I say, yeah. And then I always ask myself a question: what will you eat when it gets to that time? How will you feed yourself when it gets to that time? Do you have any plan for the future? Are you saving for the raining day? A time will come that you can't run around. A time will come you can't walk anymore. A time will come like that. For people who are working in companies and great big establishments and stuff, they have 401k and retirement plan. They're going to give them some amount of money at the end of the year. But for people who are actually doing business, who don't have anything like that, they have to create one by themselves. Even the ones that are working for organizations. All right? How much exactly are they going to be giving you at the end of the month after you retire? It might not even be enough for you to take care of yourself. All right? That's why we need to plan. That's why we need to open our eyes. We need to open our eyes and ask questions. And that's why we need to carry our wives along. So many women they just lavish money. Ashwebi will not feed you on the day when you retire. Ashwebi won't feed you. All those high-heel shoes that you lined up in the basement will not feed you. All those clothes and pomade and bleaching cream, they will not feed you on that day when you are old. If you don't have plan for the future, you are going to be done for. You will be. So this is 19 about to roll over. This is a wake-up call for everyone, including myself. Where are you right now? Financially, where are you? Maritally, where are you? And most especially, health-wise, where are you? Are you taking care of your health? Even though we're talking about when we become 60, are we able to walk around? You will be able to walk around when you are 60, when you are 70, if you take time to take care of yourself now. You see, the body that God has given unto us, we can mess it up. It's not about Jesus. It's not about we are going to pray. Prayer is not going to help you. Eating right, exercising is what will help you. It's not prayer. You don't pray to lose weight. I get a little confused with Nigerian Christians. Everything is spiritual to them. If you see a lizard inside your house, you say it's a spiritual operation. If you have a headache, it's a spiritual attack. If somebody failed exam, it's a spiritual attack. Everything in Nigeria is always a spiritual attack to them. All right? So if somebody should die at the age of 45, it's a spiritual attack. You don't even know, maybe the person has been eating wrong. Maybe the person has been drinking poison. Maybe the guy has been doing something he's not supposed to do. And then by the time we see the result, we always now lie and say it is spiritual attack. Many people that died in Nigeria, many of them die of cardiac arrest. Some of them die because of high cholesterol, and then their heart couldn't pump anymore. So many of them die of high blood pressure. But they don't even know because they don't go for medical checkup, so they don't know they have high blood pressure. High blood pressure can kill you just like that. And people will say, he was just walking on the street, and he just fell down, and he died. It must be from his father's side. It must be from his mother's side. And then somebody will now go to the hospital, they will diagnose of cancer. They will say it's spiritual attack. Spiritual attack for what? Is the food we eat. What we do, what we drink is causing all of this stuff for us. So Nigerians, it's not about praying. It's about actually taking care of our body. How will your body feel? 2020 is coming. It's going to be more challenging in 2020. It's going to be more challenging in 2020 because we are getting older by the day. All right? Do you have enough energy to go through 2020? 2019 must not end this way. You have actually gone to register at the gym since January. I know a lot of you guys who registered at the gym January 2019, and you have not gone there till now. Maybe you went like 2 times and you stopped, and you have not gone back to that same gym till now. What exactly are you doing? 2019 must not end this way. It must not end this way. You must have to do something about it. The other day I sat down, I was looking at my neck. I said, my neck is actually, entering and going down. What can I do to bring it back up? Somebody say you have to lose weight. You lose weight and then you'll see how your neck is going to come back. I said, well, I need my neck back. I have to do something about it. So I stop eating at night. I only eat during the afternoon. Okay? And that's it. So at night, I will just kind of like drink tea or probably eat a grape or maybe a fruit and then go to sleep. Because now I'm working 2020, my neck must be long. I must be able to wear my turtleneck and my neck must be long in 2020. All right? That's my plan. So 2019 must not end this way. We have to do something about it. Because as we roll into 2020, it's going to be a more challenging year, but it will be a year of our favor. God wants to favor us, we must be ready. We must have to be ready. God is expecting you to do certain things before He will do certain things. What God is expecting you to do is for you to plan correctly. And then when you plan right, have something that you're doing. And when you have something you're doing, God will now bless the work of your hand. That school that you've been pushing aside, make sure that you go back and register. Register for that class and go ahead and start it. Before you blink, you will finish. You will not believe yourself. You will not believe yourself. Before you blink, you will finish. Some of you will be saying, where will I keep my children? Let me tell you something. Where you will keep your children will surface. All you got to do is just to commit it into the hands of God and work on it. Ask people at the church. Ask people all around the place. Where can my children stay here? Can they be over here? You will see one person that will be a good Samaritan. That will say, come over. You say, come over and keep your children with us. Praise God. Pastor Shola, Nigerian pastors also need to be talked to. Of course. They need to listen. Let me share this with you guys before I open my telephone lines for people who would love to call in. After my broadcast yesterday, like about 7 or 8 pastors called me from Nigeria, and they were asking questions. And they said, wow, we are really ready to learn so much. Is it possible for you to be a mentor? Is it possible for you to be a father? Is it possible for you to do this, to do that? I said, well, no problem about that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I did my program again today. Another 3 pastors connected with me, and they are expecting to ask me questions and for me to answer the questions. So the issue is that it's not. Some of them is not like probably they don't want to learn. There is nobody to teach them. Nobody to teach them. So they just only listen to those babas, and the babas don't know. Majority of the things that we're teaching now, those babas, they don't have that understanding. The way they read the Bible, the way they are reading and interpreting Bible is totally different. All right? At this point in time, knowledge has increased. Every angle do you go to, there is actually internet everywhere. You can Google things and read things over and over again and again. You can actually send a letter to Creflodola, ask Creflodola to actually give you a little breakdown on Genesis chapter 2. You can write a letter to DD Jakes and then he will reply you and give you answers to any question that you have. There are so many pastors all over the world that you can connect with to ask questions from them. Even you yourself can decide to read the Bible yourself, and as you read it, the Holy Spirit will start ministering into your life. Praise God. So let me quickly give you guys some certain things real quick before we go. Number 1 is that to improve is to change. I said to improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. Okay? If you want to improve in your life, you have to change things around. You have to change some certain things. You are not supposed to continue to do the same thing over and over again and again. If you are that kind of person, you are doing the same thing over and over again and again, you will not prosper. So before the end of the year, I want you to also to do something, change some things around. What are you supposed to change? Change your eating habit. Change your sleeping habit. Change the friends that are around you that are not actually encouraging you to do better in life. Change how you relate to your husband. Change how you relate to your wife. Change what kind of a name you're calling your husband in the house. Change your relationship with God. Change your relationship with your husband. Change your relationship with your children. And then change your relationship with yourself. You must have to change certain things. Change your eating habit. I don't want to eat too much anymore. You see, a lot of people don't understand. You see, the husband wants to complain, the wife wants to complain, but they cannot because they feel like you're going to be offended. Some women will tell me, Pastor, can you tell my husband to lose weight? I said, why? He said, because his belly is too big and I'm not really enjoying sex with him. All right. Some men will say, okay, can you tell my wife to lose weight too? Change certain things around. Set the goals. Look at your life and say, you know what? In 2020, before 2020 will come, let me embark on this journey. I must lose 20 pounds. I must lose 20 pounds. Change your dressing. All right? Change your dressing. If you are the kind of a woman to command Somaya, you have to change that around. You are the kind of a woman that you always expose your body. And people are seeing your breast all over the place. Have the plan to change, because you're going to become perfect when you change often. You're going to become perfect. Change your relationship. Change your sex life. Change your eating habit. Change your dressing. Change your dressing. All right? Let me read this comment. I cry listening to you. You don't know how your space popped up in my world. Bless God for the day. Truth is preaching through. Many of us are thirsty, but all we get is vinegar. God bless you, my sister. Saying you have to change all these things around. Change your language. You don't want to use F word anymore. You don't want to use S word anymore around your house. Even just totally just cancel them totally. You don't need them. You have to change. Change your relationship with God. 2019, you didn't do nothing. 2019, you are faking God. 2019, you come to church today, you don't come tomorrow. 2019, you just play game throughout with God. This time around, go back and strengthen your relationship with God. Change something around. Transform something. Change your qualification. You have dwelt too long with OND. You have dwelt too long as a CNA. You have dwelt too long as just ordinary registered nurse. You need to upgrade. Change your status. Change it and move higher. You see, that's where prosperity lies. Every time you change, every time you go higher, more prosperity will continue to connect with you. So make sure that you improve on your life. And to improve is to change things around. To perfect things is to change often. Now, number 2 that I have here is change is inevitable. Change is constant. It's a constant thing that must happen. It's something that you cannot run away from. If you run away from change, you will remain on the same spot. You will not move. It's not New Year, new resolution that you will not do in February. This I'm talking about is that I want to change, and it's a kind of a change that will happen now as I'm speaking, that you begin to now reprogram yourself to how you're going to go by your life so that you will get the kind of result that you need to get in your life. That you need to get in your life. All right. Now, the part of God is very important as you actually plan to change. When you plan to change, God is going to help you. The function of God, the responsibility of God is for Him to give you strength. You can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. So God is going to give you strength to be able to carry out those things. So carry out those things. And then you keep on going, you will see the difference in your life. Change is inevitable. You can't run away from change. For you to be able to make it in life, you must have to change. For you to get to your point in destiny, you must have to change. All right? And change is a constant thing. It's not something I do now and I refuse to do later. When your wife is asking questions, my sweetheart, these are the things that we need to change. Change them. When your husband is saying, my sweetheart, these are the things we need to change them. Whatever it is that is needed to be done to make life better, change them. Because change is actually something that transforms. Change will take you to the destination where you're going. If you refuse to change things, then you're going to be stagnant in your life. Change your position. Change the friends around you. The kind of friends that you keep that are not encouraging you to go higher. Friends that are taking you to go and drink beer. Friends that are taking you out to go and be having side chicks all around the place. Friends that are actually encouraging you to do 419. Friends that are actually encouraging you to squander your salary. Do away with them. That I don't want this anymore. I want to do something great in my life. So I'm changing my circle of friends. Change your mentality. Change your heart. Change your way of reasoning. And then you see how God will manifest in your life. by the grace of God. So change is actually very important that you have to embrace. If you do not like something, change it. If you cannot change it, change your attitude. Come on. I want somebody to follow me real quick. If you do not like something, if something is not good, you don't like it, all right, change it. What am I saying? You have a wife and your wife is doing some things. I don't like the way she cooks. I don't like the way she dresses. I don't like her smell. I don't like this. See, change it. Don't just sit down there and complain. Many of us we sat down through 2019. 2019 is about to roll. What exactly are those things that you don't like about your husband? What are those things you don't like about your wife? What are the things you don't like about your life? Your own life? What are the things that you don't like about your business or your job? What are the things you don't like about your relationship with God? Don't just dislike them, change them. And if you cannot change them, you have to change your attitude. You see, that's the stuff. So those things are changeable. There is nothing in life that cannot be changed. The only thing that can be changed is change. You can't change change. It's constant, it must happen. You can't run away from it. If you don't like something, the way my wife is dressing, I don't like it. It's about talking about it. And it's not talking about it and say, you like it, this and this. No. You correct her with love. As a matter of fact, what you need to do is to buy the dress and bring it home and say, honey, can you please try this on? And you will find out she'll try it on, and then she will go to the mirror and look at it and you say, beautiful. And then she might learn one thing or the other there and say, oh, this kind of fashion is different, but my husband loved this, probably it looks good on me too, and stuff. So when you give her compliments, whenever she wears something good, she too will now start reprogramming her brain. Okay, some people grow up showing cleavage. They grow up showing their breasts all around the place, showing their lap. That's how they grew up. Their parents taught them to dress that way. So you got married to them right now. For you to change them is difficult. You don't complain alone. You have to change those things. Buy the dress and bring it home. Buy the pants and bring it home. Buy the whatever it is that you want them to wear. And then if you want them to change their smell, buy the kind of cologne you like. Buy for your husband, buy for your wife. All right? You don't like the kind of shoe they are wearing. Instead of you complaining and disliking them, change those things around. Go to the market and buy it. And then bring it home and say, honey, wear this shoe for me. And then she will wear it. And then she herself will look at it and say, this is beautiful. So, and then if you cannot change it, then change your attitude about that stuff. All right? So it is very important for us to be able to know that if you can't change things, okay, change your attitude. Progress is impossible without change. Oh, this is crazy. Progress is impossible without change. And those who cannot change their mind cannot change anything. Oh God, oh my God, oh my God. Progress is not possible without change. If you cannot change, you can't progress. The reason why you are stagnant in 2019 is because you refuse to change. As a man, you refuse to change in your marital duties. You didn't change. You are still a bully. You didn't change. You didn't change the way you talk to your husband. Your wife. You didn't change. You didn't change the way you relate with their family. Some of you guys have not spoken to your wife's family for 20 years. Some of you guys have not even called your husband's mother. Your husband's mother. You see, progress cannot come. Peace cannot be in that relationship if you don't change some certain things around. You have to sacrifice, and change requires sacrifice. You have to sacrifice to be able to get improvement. So the progress you're looking for is embedded in change. Without change, progress cannot come out. It can't. All right? It cannot come out without change. And then see, and those who cannot change their minds can't change anything. If you can't change your mind, you can't change anything. You are so rigid. Oh, I'm not going to change. Oh, I will do the same thing. I will do the same thing. This is what I believe. Let me tell you something. If you have that kind of a mindset, you can't change anything around. You can't change nothing. You have to learn to change things. You have to change your mind. Change your mind all the time. Don't be rigid. In 2019, you are like that. and look at the result. What kind of result did you get in 2019? All right, 2019, you're just sitting down right there. You and your wife are not still in good time. She's still angry to you as hell. Your husband is still angry as hell. You guys have not, there has never been no peace in your marriage because you are saying, I'm not changing. He's not changing. The two of you decide not to change your mind about something. There won't be progress, and at the same time, you can't change anything. Renew your mind daily. Always make sure you have a renewal. Renew your mind. Always renew it. When you talk about renew your mind, it means you are changing your mind. Changing things around. So if you can't change your mind, you cannot change anything. Change will not come if you wait for some other person or some other time. Change will not come if you wait for some other person or some other time. Okay? We are the ones who have to change and let other people wait for us. We have to change. You see, change will not come when you are waiting for one other person. Hey, this person, I will do something about my life by the time it's 2020. You don't wait. I will do something about my life by the time my husband is here. Nothing's going to happen to you. I will do something about my life by the time I make a little money. You won't do nothing. You don't wait for things. You don't wait for people. You have to carry out the change now. Because the change will never come if you continue to wait for somebody somewhere to come and change it for you. Change is the law of life. Change is the law of life. And those who look only to the past or present are certain to miss the future. Oh my God. Listen to this one. You see, change is the law of life. And those who look only to the past or look only to the present are certain to miss the future. You will miss it. Some of you will say, but I've tried, I didn't pass. I didn't pass. You are looking to the past. You will continue to look at it and then you continue to fail. You can't succeed. All right? And until somebody was not saying, well, present time is not even good for me. Look at me doing security job. Look at me doing all of that. You are going to miss out on life. If you continue to focus on the past or focus on the present time, you see, where you are going is different. Now, situations can happen in your life. You might find yourself in a situation, and that situation is not you. That doesn't define who you are, and that's just only a stepping stone to your glory. You don't judge yourself by what is happening right now. You don't beat yourself up because something is happening around you now. You don't beat yourself up because you are not able to make it happen. You don't condemn yourself because you are not able to make six figure. You don't slap yourself in the face because you are not able to buy a house now, or because you are not able to buy a car. Let me tell you something. You are only passing through that phase. God is teaching you something, and in your mind, you're changing things around gradually every day, and you're targeting the direction where you're going. Before you get to know it, you're going to get to your position, and then you look back, and then that's when you now say, finally, look at me here. I've made it already. See, your position right now is not supposed to define who you are. It's just a stepping stone to where God is taking you to. So don't focus on the past. Let the past go. Don't look at the present time. The present time is actually a stepping stone to your tomorrow. Today is actually going to give birth to your tomorrow. And your tomorrow is going to be better because every day you grow up, every day you become a well-experienced person, then your life will get more better and better and better. And you are getting closer to your prosperity as you move. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at, they change. If you change the way you look at things, the thing you are looking at, they change. Oh, you don't understand. Let me break it down to you. Now, when you are looking at something and you are seeing a negative thing all the time, you are looking at your wife, you don't see any good in her. You look at your husband, you don't see anything good about your husband. At least, even though it's bad, there is another angle of his life that is good. Now, when you see the good in things, those things change. When you see the good in your wife, and always you're looking at the good and the good and the good, you will find out that good that you're seeing will start changing your wife. Because when you see the good in her, you will be able to compliment her, you'll be able to thank her, you'll be able to appreciate her, and then through that, you are changing her. But when you are always looking at the bad side, the bad thing, the bad thing, the bad thing, it's only the bad things you are looking at, so you can't do anything but just to complain. And the more you complain, the more you are breaking your marriage into pieces. Okay? You don't see anything good in your wife. You're always complaining. It is time for you to start seeing her from the other angle. What you're looking at, you change the perspective. Change the angle that you're looking at the thing. Change it around. Oh, my husband is this. Oh, my husband. Change it around. You'll find out that what you're looking at will change. You will not believe it. Sometimes, people write 6 on the ground. You are writing 6 on the ground, and one person is on the other side seeing a 9. And you on this side, you are seeing 6. If you now decide to change your position, and then you will see 9 also. Now, the problem with relationship is that somebody is on that side, somebody is on this side. Now, what you're looking at on that side may not be what I'm seeing on this side. What am I supposed to do? I need to change my position. Change the angle that I'm looking at it. If your husband is saying, I'm seeing a 9, and then you say, no, I'm seeing a 6. I say, no, I'm seeing a 9. I say, no, I'm seeing a 6. Now, so that there won't be argument, because when we continue to argue like that and say, okay, it's 6, it's 7, it's 6, it's whatever, then you will start inviting people and say, okay, tell him, you stand here and look at this thing, what are you seeing? Now, the person coming from outside will now stand in your position and say, this is a 6. Now, that's going to make your husband look like a fool. Then your husband will now bring somebody else again, and then the person will stand on his own side. And then you say, can you please look at this thing for these or the people? And that one will say, this is a 9. And then your wife will look like as if he's stupid also. But if your wife is seeing something different, and then you say, okay, honey, you know what? Let me change my position and come to your side. And then when you come to the side, it's going to now be easy. We'll save us time. We'll be able to see things the way it is. On the side, on my side, or on your side. Every one of us will be able to see correctly. And then we won't waste time at all. All right? So now, who is supposed to be the one to change? In relationship like that, who's supposed to be the one to change and come to this side? Who's supposed to be the one not to? Now, it all depends. It all depends. The husband can change position, the wife can change position. The two of you were supposed to actually be, you have to knock pride down. Ego must be out of your life, okay, for you to be able to sacrifice. Like I said, change requires sacrificing. You have to sacrifice for change. Okay? If you want peace, you have to sacrifice for it. Okay? The two of you can decide, okay, honey, I'll come on your side. Or no, dear, let me come on your side. All right? Always make sure you do things together. All right? Do things together in common, and you'll find out that peace will enter into your relationship. So you need to change. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. It will definitely change. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. All right? Now, he said when you are no longer able to change the situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. This is the best one. I love this one. I love this one. You see, sometimes we want to change our wives, you want to change your husband, you have shouted, you have complained, you have said da 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 da. What are you complaining of? This man is always peeing on the toilet seat. You've complained about it, he's still doing the same thing. He's still peeing on the toilet seat. All right? He's still peeing on it. So at the end of the day, you guys have been living for the past 15 years, and the only complaint you have is that this guy is peeing on the toilet seat and you are not ready to give up. You continue to shout and shout and shout. Let me tell you something. That is going to break your relationship. It can mess your relationship up. You've been trying to change him, he's not changing. Then the next thing for you to do to actually move forward, to go to the next point, is for you now to change yourself. How do I change myself? I know this guy will always pee on the toilet seat. So the next thing you got to do is that by the time you finish using the toilet, you pick the toilet seat up. So that by the time he will come, he will pee right down into the toilet on the other side. And when you want to use it, you drop the toilet seat and you pee on it and raise it up again and then clean it. So it's all about you, doing extra work that is going to save your marriage eventually. So many men, they will say, oh, my wife won't do this, my wife won't do that, my wife. You see, so many times I wake up in the morning, like somebody called me today and said, Pastor, what are you doing? I said, I'm washing dishes. He said, you are the one washing the plate. I said, no, not really. I said, the problem is that sometimes when I didn't wash it, the two people in my house, they are women. They will start fighting. Who is supposed to wash it? Who is not supposed to wash it? So I decided to save them of all that kind of stuff because I understand. Now, I have been talking about it. You guys don't shout again, don't fight over this stuff. That they're not doing anything. So I decided to change myself. That instead of me just watching TV alone, let me help out also. So I go there, I wash the dishes. And then I save myself of hearing any kind of noise or whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things that we need to understand. When people are not changing for you, you change for them. Your husband is not changing for you, change for him. Your wife is not changing for you, change for her. All right? It's going to help us out on a journey into life. When you are no longer able to change a situation, you are, we are challenged to change ourselves. So you change yourself around. All right, let me read this one to you too. He said, everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. Everyone wants to change the world. We want to change the world. I want to change the world. I want to do the right thing. Da 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 da. This. Pastor Shola is yelling on the social media. The church must to change. The church must to change. But have I been able to stop and look at myself and say, what do you have to change about you also? All right. What do you have to change about you also? There are certain things that must change about me. You can't just have a plan to change the world without changing yourself. I can't have the plan to change my wife without changing myself. Oh, my wife must to lose weight. I gotta lose weight. Oh, my wife must to do this. I gotta do this. What exactly do you have to do before you actually force other people to change? Right? Force other people to change. What do you have to do? What are the important things in your life that must change before you change other people? You know what I'm saying? So you don't just say, I want to change the world. The very first thing you have to look into is that what do I need to change about myself? About myself. People that always have problem are people that don't see themselves. They only see other people. They complain about others, but they don't talk about themselves. They don't see themselves to be actually at fault. They don't see that there are some things that they have to change about their life. Most especially we men in relationship, we men, we don't believe we have anything to change. We always believe that the women are the problem. They are the one who are making mistake. They are the one who needs to change. My wife need to respect me. My wife need to honor me. My wife need to give me sex. My wife need to cook. My wife need to wash the plate. My wife need to go and clean up. My wife need to do this. How about you? What do you have to do? You have to do something too. You can't just be saying, my wife need to do this, my wife need to do that. You have to pause and look at yourself. What do you have to do? So when you now figure out what you have to do, then automatically you will now find out that marriage will be at peace, totally at peace by the grace of God. Now, let me open my telephone line so that people can call in. You want to call in on the show? The telephone line is 405-550-5135. Maybe you have something to say. Maybe you have something to say. Targeting the direction where you're oh my God. Maybe you have something to say. That's the telephone number to use. I just pinned it right there. I just pinned it to the wall right there. If you have something to say, you have a question for me, or you have an addition, okay, feel free to call. The telephone number is 405-550-5135. It may not be related to the topic of tonight. It might be something that I've said before. You may have a marital question for me. You may have other questions that you want me to answer. Feel free to call in right now. The telephone number is actually pinned right there, +1 405-550-5135. That's the telephone number to reach me in the studio. If you have any question for me, it's a Saturday night. I really don't think anybody's at work right now, unless those ones that are greedy. They just want to make all money. You're supposed to take time to rest. All right. So if you have any question for me, feel free to call in at this moment right now. I have a very long list to go through, but I believe I'm going to bore you guys if I continue. So let's break it down and listen to other people. Let's listen to your questions. Let's listen to your own suggestion and addition. Even tonight, please, I want people to call in, and let's look into situations here together. If you have a question for me, feel free to call in. I'm going to be expecting your phone call at this time. Uh, Pending that time, probably we should listen to little music here.
I never see miracle of God. I never see.
I'm going to continue to play the music pending the time that we will find somebody who will call in, and if not, we'll just enjoy the music and just wrap it up.
Jesus. My father, see how you walk away from me. See how you bless me every day. What more can I give to you, God? Jesus, I never see miracle of God. I never see.
We're going to continue to expect people to call in if somebody's having any question, or probably you have a suggestion or addition to what I've discussed today, or maybe you have another question that is not even related to the topic of today. Feel free to call in. The telephone number is on the screen: 405-550-5135. If you're calling from outside of America, you can put +1 in front of that number, and that's +1 405-550-5135. That's the telephone number to reach me in the studio if you have any question for me at this time. All right, we're not getting any phone call in, so I think we should just go ahead and just hang our boots right here. I want to say thank you to all you guys out there for joining this episode. Thank you very much for coming on the show with me. I really appreciate everybody who uh, has contributed in one way or the other. Before I go, I want to just quickly announce this. I'm going to start a fundraising stuff for the kids that their mother got killed in Abeokuta. If you are willing, you want to actually support them. I want to send something to them for Christmas and New Year. Probably for them to get new shoes, for them to get clothes, and then be able to buy something for them to celebrate Christmas. Their mother is gone, and their father right now is nowhere to be found, and they are presently living with their grandmother. And the woman is not really making that much money. So I think we should help them. I've been trying my best. I've been sending little money here and there to be able to bless the souls of these young kids that their mother is gone. Let's pick this call. Hello? 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 Oh, wait a minute. Hello? Oh, that person's gone. All right. Let's wait for the call to come back in case it will, but if not, that's all right. Um, so I've been trying my best just to send some little change here and there to them, but I want to start. I want to raise a little money online to send to them for Christmas and New Year, to make them to enjoy Christmas and New Year time by the grace of God. So if you are willing, you would like to support, feel free to go on my page to give your donation right there. Let us support these kids. Let's put a smile on their faces and let God be blessed through us in Jesus' name. All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I will see you guys later by the grace of God on Monday when we're coming with a different topic by God's grace to share with you guys. But between now and then, always remember to keep it gospel. And thank you, and God bless you.